What's up, everybody? This is Darren Wong representing the Kinjas, and in this video, we're going to learn how to do the rockin' breaking, also known as the groove. Now, every dance style has its own type of groove, but for breaking purposes, for the most part, we'll be doing a back groove, also known as an up groove. I'm gonna break down the groove into two separate parts. The first part, we're just gonna focus on our upper half and get comfortable with that, and then we're gonna move it down to our feet and start moving around. So let's turn this side so you can see this a little bit better. So the back groove or the up groove is gonna hit the whole counts in the back. So your and counts are gonna be your reset, or you can think of it as leaning forward a bit. Okay, so let's just start a little bit forward just to exaggerate this a bit. So when I hit back here, this is gonna be my one. All I'm doing with my back is I'm kind of arching it back, or I'm pretending like someone's pulling my shoulder back, and I'm naturally going with it. So the thing you want to keep in mind is not to be stiff and have your shoulders up, or not to stiffen your neck so your neck stays where it is. You want your whole entire upper half to go where it is naturally, almost like you're just relaxing and someone's pulling you back all of a sudden. Okay, so let's start up forward a little bit. So I'm gonna get pulled back. This will be my one, and then on my and count, that's when I'm just gonna reset to center, or for exaggeration purposes, I'm gonna lean forward a bit. Okay, so again, this is gonna be one and. Okay, so we're gonna do a whole A count with that, starting a little bit forward just so you can see this better. So on the one, we're gonna lean back. This is one and two and three and four and five and six and seven and eight. So let's try that again. I'm gonna face the front this time, and let's try it together. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So the key thing I usually tell my students when they first start grooving is just to completely relax. Once you start to overthink it, you're gonna stiffen up your body and it's gonna look very rigid. Yes, so if I turn this side and I stiffen up everything and I'm trying to go through it, I look kind of funny, right? But if you just relax your shoulders, almost like you're just really lazy and someone's like pulling you all of a sudden, then it'll look a little bit more natural. Another tip I have for the groove is to think of it as bouncing from point to point versus sticking at each point. So what I mean by that is instead of going stick, 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 I actually want to bounce from each one. So I'm bouncing back here, and then I'm bouncing back, and then I'm bouncing again, and then I'm bouncing back. All right, so once you have that down, now I want you to play around with moving in different directions while you're grooving. So while you're dancing, you're not necessarily going to be in one spot. Your body's naturally going to be leaning side to side and moving different directions. So let's try it out. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So once you have that down, I want you to add one last thing to this part, and that's your arms. And I want you to literally move them however you want, okay? Express your own person, express your own personality, but make sure that they're moving around. So if you're a big personality, be big with it. If you're kind of into yourself, just be really small. All right, here we go. 2 A counts focusing on moving side to side and also adding your arms. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right, so once you're good up top, now we're gonna bring it down to our feet. So to start, all we're gonna do is walk in place. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick up my right, put it down, pick up my left, put it down. I'm just walking, okay? So the key thing to focus on here is every time my foot drops to the floor, that's when I wanna lean back, okay? That's gonna be my whole count. So every time my foot comes up, that's my reset, okay? So to exaggerate this, I'm gonna turn it to the side so you can see this. I'm gonna lift up my right foot, I'm gonna lean forward a bit, okay? Once it goes down, I'm going back. I lift up my other foot, forward, and then back. So forward, back, up, down, up, down. All right, so let's try a really slow A count. Let's start with our foot up. That way we'll lean back on the one. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Back 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right, so the next thing we're gonna try is just staying on one leg. Okay, so we're just gonna pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. And we're gonna do a whole A count with that. The same thing applies, okay? Whenever my foot goes down, I'm leaning back. And when I lift it up, my body's going forward. So let's start up just so you get used to it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So now I'm going to give you a 2 8 count combo that you can practice on your own to get better at this, okay? So we're going to start with our right foot, okay? So I'm going to tap it 4 times. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, I want you to shift your weight to your right foot. That way you can start tapping your left. So this will be 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more time. This is right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch your feet. 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we're going to tap our right foot twice. 1, 2. Switch again. This will be 3, 4. 3, 4. And then I want you to walk in place. 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we go. Starting with your right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 5, 6, 7. Switch. 1. Switch. 3. Switch. Walk in place. 5, 6, 7, 8. So go ahead and practice that combo as many times as you need to get comfortable with it. The groove is the most fundamental movement of any dance style. So once you get the groove down for breaking, any step that comes after that should be pretty easy. Alright, that's all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Whoa, that's really hard to say. 2 8 count combo, 2 8 count combo, 2 8 count combo. Oh, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Hot. Oh, it's so hot up here. I'm gonna break down the so blah 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 blah.